Association for Children with Disabilities. In April this year, we had a chance to be at the Association for Children with Disabilities, and many of you were there. You are introduced with the work they do. But I wanted to give just a short introduction. We will not have a presentation or anything like that. If you have any questions, then you can ask them about their work and everything. This association, for Children with Disabilities, was established in 2000, and it was established by mothers who have children with disabilities. At that time, there wasn't any association for those mothers, and they wanted to make something for themselves to get help and to share information that they have between themselves. So they wanted to help each other on that way. After that, day by day, year by year, they had so many troubles dealing with money because there wasn't any funds for children with disabilities. So they applied on so many projects, and finally they managed to collect some money from different projects that they successfully did. And they bought a house now for children with disabilities where they have workshops with them and they take care of them and everything. This year they will also buy a van for their children, because during these years from 2000 to up until now, they had to pay those transportation companies, travel companies, to take them to different places where they had some workshops and everything with those children. So now they will buy a van with their own money that they earn through projects. So that was another successful story by these two women here. Also, what is really inspiring is that they really didn't have anything. When they started in 2000, there were only a couple of the mothers with children with disabilities that they just wanted to share information between themselves. So they wanted to share their own stories so that the others can contribute from that. So basically that's the short introduction about the NGO for children with disabilities. If you have any questions and want anything to ask about it, here is your chance. So please give your questions from the NGO, because this is an NGO, from quality of life and everything. And when you ask the question, you can ask it in English and also in Bosnian, and I will translate. Okay? Or if you want, you can translate it as well. So who would like to be the first one?
Okay.
Thank you so much. This organization of did they give support for all kinds of special needs or specific one? For example, I have my sister's Down syndrome. So they give support for all kinds of special needs or specific?
Mostly down.
For all those who have, no matter what type.
But we seen last time mostly Downs.
Yes, mostly Down syndrome.
Yeah, my sister actually, she's Down syndrome and she's 22 years old.
There are 7 children with Down syndrome at this association. They come to their workshops and do with them certain things so they can equip them to their normal life, everyday life. Anyone else?
Yes. Do you offer volunteering service, and does you apply to that? Da li vi nudite volontiranje, prilike za volontiranje, i ako vidite da li se odazivaju mladi?
Naše udruženje prima volontere i drago nam je kada nam se javi mladih iz razloga što upoznaju time da postoji... Kažem, javljaju nam se mladih i drago nam je kada nam dođu mladi ljudi koji se upoznaju sa djecom s poteškoćama u razvoju, čak su ta djeca i starija od samih vas, međutim oni su još uvijek djeca. I njima ništa nije draže već kad dođu neki poput vas, kad razgovaraju s njima, kada pričaju neke priče, doživljaje, mislim, tad su najsretniji. I naravno da udruženje, kako da kažem, sad pitate za volontere, ali nam dolaze znači i djeca iz vrtića, osnovnih škola, srednjih škola, sa fakulteta, znači to je jako bitno, znači od samog malog djeteta od vrtića da se upoznaje da takva populacija postoji u njihovom gradu i da znaju da postoji različiti i da znaju da će im nekad možda trebati njihova pomoć. I bilo bi nam drago da dođete i vi.
Okay, now I will summarize it. Mirsada was saying that her association offers volunteer work. They also have children from kindergarten to primary school, secondary school, and from university who come to the association to give some kind of contribution. And she's always happy when she sees even younger people than you coming to association to give their support. So you're all welcome to come to her association and support in any way. Oni se nalaze tamo kad se ide pored koleđa, dakle pored koleđa kad prođeš koleđ pa na desnu stranu prema rampi. Sa desne strane naranđasta kuća. Da, je tamo. She was asking about the location of the building. Anything else?
Okay, I want to ask the other way around. Did you ever let the children with disability, the one you have, to volunteer in other organizations? Okay. Did you ever thought of it to let them volunteer, help others?
Ma nismo je razmišljali na takav način iz razloga što je bilo u početku trebalo nam je dosta vremena da lokalna zajednica, građani naše lokalne zajednice prvo prihvate takvo dijete kao ja imam djecu s poteškoćama u razvoju pa sam prošla kroz dosta tih raznih i priča i gledanja i razmišljanja. Znači sad smo došli na taj nivo gdje bi mogli razmišljati i od naš lokalna zajednica od zadnjih 10 godina nije baš tako prigledala.
Okay. I have to translate it. Mirsada said that she never thought on that way because our community up until 10 years ago didn't think in that way because of the process of inclusion. Other people have problems with accepting the children with disabilities as a regular, normal person. So that's the problem. And now, as you were mentioning that, she says that she will try to figure out how to implement that so that children with disabilities go to certain associations and give their volunteer work, so that they give their contribution to the society.
Because the more they go and volunteer and people see them, then they are going to accept them and they'll find jobs. And in this forum, we were trying a lot to invite people with disability to attend, but we failed. Do you remember this,
Yes.
Erbil? I was giving them this mission to invite few people with disability to attend, but none of them, we didn't find anyone who attend.
Really, we need to give applause for Dunya, because really till the last day, since 2 months, every day I remember she mentioned you have to invite people with disabilities. Am I right, Amina?
Yes.
So.
Da ovdje budu djeca koja su potrebno također na forum. Međutim, do zadnjih dana koliko smo pokušavali da nešto dovedu, da su uključeni nisu uspjeli. Tako da je treba možda i tome razmišljati da se oni uključu različite forume i organizacije, čisto da budu u kontaktu sa
Znači šta, da se uključi bilo koje dijete iz našeg udruženja, to su već mladi ljudi, faktički nisu to djeca. Mislim da bi svakom bilo zadovoljstvo ko ih upozna i raditi s njima, jer oni stvarno odgovorni, toliko puni ljubavi, da im samo malo treba. A znači, što se tiče samog rada, inače mi radimo puno s njima, imamo i odgovornih čak poslova gdje se pripremaju za razne područne predstave i gdje odrade posao kao sasvim normalni ljudi, faktički da nazovem, iz tog razloga što su stvarno odgovorni.
Mirsada thinks that children with disabilities are full of love and they can spread it to others. And if they are
I believe in
incorporated
this.
in any kind of activity with normal people, let's call it normal people, let's call us normal people, probably they will give the best possible contribution to all of us. So she thinks it would be a good idea to have them incorporated in these activities.
Yes, and I believe in this, and if they can, and the teams will welcome them, I think we need some of people with disabilities to be integrated in some teams. I know they can contribute a lot.
Smatram da ako bilo koji tim prihvati, a sigurno pa će prihvatiti djecu koja se ne plaća, bilo bi super kada bi bilo svakom timu bar po jedno, čisto da se uključe na taj način.
Pa bilo bi i nama drago, iz razloga što sam već malo prije razgovarala s jednom djevojkom koja poznaje Eminu iz našeg udruženja i vjerujem da bi je prihvatilo tim. Jeste da Emina ima puno pitanja, morali bi s njom puno razgovarati, ali bilo bi im jako interesantno.
She said she would be pleased to take her children here, to be incorporated in these groups, and she was talking to some of these students outside. That student knows Emina from the association, and she thinks she will be a good example to be here, to give her contribution, and maybe the only problem with her would be that she has so many questions to ask, so we will have a lot of questions from her to answer it. So
Which is good.
Very good. And in inspiration, the more we have these kind of questions, the more it will open our mind, because we don't want to think logically, we want to think as a childish someone, because she'll be a source of an inspiration for the groups.
Sigurno da bi bila izborna integracija, da se osjetljivali, zato što ima puno pitanja, to je ono što nam
And
treba.
usually these people with Down syndrome, they ask what we call, or they talk about the uncommon questions or unlogical questions, which is this is what is help us to solve problems.
Djeca se danas imaju što pitaju, nelogična pitanja, što u stvari nas dovodi do rješenja problema bilo koja.
Oni bi imali puno pitanja kad dođe.
they would have so many questions.
Yes, and I hope the youth with disability also will be integrated in the youth program and the TV, because youth is about all. Male, female, with disability, without disability.
Programa Dr. Gunja, možda bude Jasmina da prevedeš, evo, gospođa Kođić može to potvrditi. Mislim čak da je i nagrada bila UNICEF-ova jedna od priča što se tiče djece.
To na TV-u bilo, to je bilo suradnja sa televizijom, sa govorila na to.
Jeste, jeste.
There were some stories presented at the WSK TV recently, and they managed to make some successful stories from the association with children with disabilities. So they already published some of the stories. They received an award from UNICEF.
Yes.
I to je bio jako dobar projekat iz toga razloga što su bila uključena djeca bez poteškoća u razvoju i djeca s poteškoćama u razvoju.
It was a really successful project because there were incorporated children with disabilities and without disabilities, so all together working together.
Samo da dodat priča ovaj suradnje, liječničnika planira suradnju, znači kooperaciju sa vama, već u planu i programu imamo posjetu za djecu sa Downovim sindromom, tako i pored toga račimo jednu akciju po imenu Jedan slatkiša ili krajem 12. mjeseca, tako da ne sumnjate na međusobnu kooperaciju u srednje škole i vas.
Is his name Kenan?
Kanan.
Kenan was saying that he has already planning to make a project with children with disabilities. The council of the students, high school students, will have a project, one suite for one suite, one child. So they already have project in their mind, and they will realize it in December. At the end of December and the beginning of January. So big applause for Kenan and his group. Anyone else?
Okay, I have a comment here. First of all, I would like to thank these two ladies because they were very persistent. They were sending me messages and saying that we're going to collaborate. They came to the Inspiration Lab, even though they was going to go into their own leave. So I know that how much they are persistent about improving their work and their organization. They are a very small organization, At the same time, they are really doing a great job for this. What is one I'm wondering, I'm worried now a little bit, is that you guys are not asking questions relevant to your teams. For example, entrepreneurship team, Prof. Yasmina, this is a good example of what means entrepreneurship. Because entrepreneurship is not only business, as we say, social entrepreneurship. So how can we, for example, raise the spirit of entrepreneurship, Jalila, through making more people work through with this organization? They will get more ideas. For migration team, Prof. Amela, same thing, because here we can raise again the issue of the migrants that is already left Bosnia. Maybe through connecting them to such organization, it will make them more loyal to Bosnia, quality of life, and so on. You have a lot of things that you can contribute relevant to this. For example, helping youth that is having already disabled in their family, to cope with this, and maybe they become stronger. And I know from experience, I'm telling you, my son Abdurrahman, lots of people don't know that he have mild cerebral palsy. But with that, he made a success story, like you've seen from Ashwaq Ali was mentioning. Lots of people, they don't know that half of his body is very thin, okay? It's like bones like this, okay? But still he made very successful story. So disabled people are very strong.
Do you have any more questions? No? Okay. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you.